Welcome to SAT TV News. I am Larry Larrock, your presenter. In our top stories, man arrested for murder in Wharton Waven. Evidence connects Suriname president to major drug trafficker. Nairobi Westgate attack. Assault begins to break siege. And in sports, Cassie Samurai secure first victory. Details of these will follow. Welcome back. The Ministry of Education, in conjunction with the Ministry of Telecommunications, Information and Constituency Empowerment, has joined forces to secure the professional services of Dominican-born and Canadian government e-educational advisor, Dr. Laurel John Baptiste. Her expertise is being utilized towards the hosting of an ICT in Education Symposium, which began on Monday, September 23rd. Director of Telecommunications in the Ministry of Information, Telecommunication and Constituency Empowerment, Mr. Bennett Thomas, said, "This is a very historic occasion for our education system in Dominica.
Education is the key to individual advancement and institutional development, and as such, the role of e-education in the efficient and effective delivery of school curriculum is fundamental to students' learning. The continued emergence of new and innovative technologies in ICT are critical to the development of our students. ICT is simply a tool to be used to advance the education of our people.
Educators and policymakers play a vigorous role in ensuring our students are up to date with modern technology advancements. Education Minister Honorable Peter Seja explained the ministry's vision is to ensure that every child has access and is able to afford the best education possible in order to develop themselves and be an asset to Dominica and the world.
Within the Ministry of Education, we have recognized that our teachers must understand and explore new and innovative ways to incorporate aspects of e-learning into classroom activities. We must respond to the known reality that both the context in which schools operate and the purpose of education are undergoing drastic change because of rapid technological advances.
According to the minister, our focus in Dominica is ensuring our students develop skills for life in such a technologically advanced world. This is vital as the environment we live in is characterized by technological innovation and computerized responses to the situation in the workplace. Co-founder and Chief Operating Officer of Scholar Labs, Dr. Laurel John Baptiste, explained Access to online education and resources saves lives, transforms communities, and revolutionizes countries.
Access to quality online education benefits all. It benefits employees, it benefits students, it benefits a country. I know that there are so many issues that need to be addressed when we're thinking about access to online education. We cannot minimize the importance of broadband connectivity, affordable internet access, computers, and also having the right pedagogical approach, because it is not only going online, it is providing sound educational resources and also providing ways to measure key performance indexes.
The potential for Dominicans is limitless with the right resources for the right online education, she added. In more news, for over 100 years, the Junior Achievement Program has participated in an innovative partnership between the business community, educators, and volunteers. The program focuses on helping young people develop their entrepreneurship skills and the importance of staying in school. Its main objective is FEW, which focuses on financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and work readiness.
So we help to empower youth primarily in those three areas, and the 3 steps in the triangle that makes the Junior Achievement logo, that's what those stand for.
And presently, what projects have you undertaken in the program?
Well, the JPEC, which is the Junior Achievement Program for the Eastern Caribbean, it's an initiative that comes out of a partnership between Junior Achievement Worldwide and USAID, and the focus is actually 5 and eventually 7 countries in the Eastern Caribbean.
Throughout the decades, the project was faced with many challenges, with volunteers from the private sector and funding in various countries being the leading problems.
USAID decided to invest $2.4 million over 3 years, starting from 2012, ending in 2015, to focus on Barbados, Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, and eventually St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Antigua. So again, with Dominica being the newest part of the initiative, we're really excited to help them to learn, from the past.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Natasha Leroy Labad, Executive Director of Junior Achievement Dominica, said the first ever Power Breakfast in Dominica was a success.
One that was very successful, one that we feel very excited about, speaks volumes about the level of investment that is being pledged by the private sector. Junior Achievement Dominica is implemented through volunteers and through the support of business mentors, through the support of expertise, and this comes directly from private sector organizations. The Power Breakfast was indeed a power event, speaking about persons who have a passion for contributing to social development programs, but more importantly, wanting to work as accelerators to promote success among our young persons.
The executive director commended all the partners and organizations that made this initiative possible. JA inspires students to develop competitive skills and confidence so their success will bolster their local workforce and contribute to the economic growth. In more news, the first CARICOM National Consultation Exercise, held by a delegation from the Caribbean Community Secretariat, commenced at the Garaway Hotel today, Monday, September 23rd. Today's topic featured the consultative process in the member states to develop the 5-year strategic plan for 2014 to 2018 for the public and private sectors. On Tuesday, September 24th, their team will meet with the Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit and the Cabinet, followed by the Leader of the Opposition. Officer in charge of social development in the CARICOM Secretariat, Ms. Herna Bernard, said in relation to the reform of the community, the heads of government looked at the need to re-examine the future of the Caribbean community and the arrangements for carrying it forward.
That reform is going to allow us, or is intended to allow us, to recalibrate several areas of operation of our regional arrangements, including the governance of the community, and within that, areas of focus for attention. We recognize that we've probably been trying to do too many things and to be all things to all people. And so the reform, you'll find that we're looking for areas of priority. In addition to your experiences, we're looking for recommendations from you in terms of what really should we be focusing on in the next 5 years or so.
The region has undergone several changes since the establishment of the single market in 2006.
It's fortunate, with regard to the last point that I made, that there is also a process for revision, further revision of the Treaty of Chaguaramas. That process is being undertaken by the Intergovernmental Task Force for the revision of the treaty. And so it allows for what comes from this process to be input into that revised treaty, including the accommodations of the revised Treaty of Basseterre. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, this process is about our development as a region and as a people, and the role that regional integration can play in enabling and catalyzing that development.
CARICOM's consultant, Glenn Wilson, said they have agreed to focus on 4 aspects.
A vision for the integration process, priorities or critical areas to be addressed to meet the needs of beneficiaries. And we were reminded a little while ago that when we talk about beneficiaries in this context, we are talking about the people of the CARICOM, of CARICOM, who are also the contributors. And that's a point we want, if we leave here with nothing else, we must leave here with that point. That it's not about somebody else doing some things for us. It is about us getting involved in a process to do things for ourselves.
A presentation on a link between human and social development and economic development across priority areas was also conducted. This included food and agriculture, economic growth development, regional security and energy, and the environment. In more news, the police have confirmed that one man has died following an altercation with another individual on Friday 21st September. Kenny George, 21, better known as Bosco, succumbed to his injuries. It has been alleged that a cutlass was used to injure the victim during the altercation.
On Friday, September 20, 2013, about 7:30 p.m., Kenny George, 21-year-old of Walton Waven, was involved in an altercation with Asher James, 19 years of Walton Waven, during which he sustained multiple wounds to his body, inflicted with a cutlass. The seemingly lifeless body was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital Accident and Emergency Department by Linus funeral personnel, where it was examined and pronounced dead by a medical practitioner.
A coroner's inquest has been convened and a post-mortem will follow.
Meantime, Asher James has been arrested and charged with the murder of Kenny.
In other news, one man is currently nursing injuries at the Princess Margaret Hospital subsequent to an attack at the Roseau Market on September 21st. Inspector John Carbon, Public Relations Officer, has confirmed the incident and one man is being sought as the perpetrator.
Charles Hunt of Stock Farm, while vending at the Roseau Market on Saturday, September 21, 2013, sustained a wound to his right palm with a cutlass inflicted by another man during an altercation. He was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where he was treated and admitted. One man is being sought in reference to this incident.
The extent of the man's injuries is unknown. Vendors as well as the customers shopping at the market were left stunned by the incident. We now go to Shanna for a report.
Today marks the opening of the new Dominica State College, where over 1,800 students have enrolled. We now go to Dr. Donald Peters, President of the DSC, for a report. Okay, Dr. Peters, today is the official opening of the Dominica State College. Can you tell us how many students are presently enrolled at the college?
There are about 1,800 students. By the end of the week, we'll know because some students may drop out.
Okay, and your opening, a new complex was built to host the students. Can you tell us more about the facility?
The new facility, which we call the lower campus, because we still use both campuses, that's why we don't use old and new, has about 30 new classroom labs and resource center for students and an auditorium, which will certainly enhance the learning, and a new brand new library.
Okay, you said that there are 1,800 students so far enrolled at the college. Is that the largest amount of students that has attended the DSC?
Yeah, that's certainly the largest class we've ever had in the history of the school, which is a young school.
Okay, so what do you expect for this new school term at the DSC?
Well, we want to create an environment where students feel as comfortable as they would in any other university anywhere in the world. So we have to make sure that the resources are there for them, that they have the space to hang out or pull up, as they say, and create a learning environment where they can learn. They have to have access to computers. They have to have a Wi-Fi free center where they can use their laptops, and certainly ensure that the environment is conducive to their success.
Okay, and are classes ongoing as we speak?
Yes, I expect they will be in class because, as we pointed out to them in orientation, we're not in charge. It's the faculty who's in charge. You miss the person's class and you have to pay for it, so better be in class. So most of the students have found their classes. The first week or so, there's going to be some hiccups as they try to locate the areas. In fact, we think the new students will be doing better because they were oriented to the new building during orientation. The returning students still have to find the classrooms in the lower campus.
Okay.
But that should be fun.
Okay. Dr. Peters, just to add that we've been hearing a lot of talks about the Dominica State College is not very conducive to learning, but we've seen that a lot of energy and a lot of time and effort and money is being put to enhance the college. What would you say to students who are in two minds to attend the state college?
Well, as you can see, I think the smart people come to state college. We don't know. I wasn't there when those rumors went about, but we are graduating students and send them out to the best universities in the world. So our education is equal to anyone, anywhere in the world. So we're not worried about that. I think, for instance, I teach, and I think I'm a competent professor. So no, we're not worried about that. Our job is to continue to give them the competence and the skills they need to compete anywhere in the world.
I am Shanna Esprey reporting for SAT TV.
Thank you, Shanna, for that report. In more news, one Dominican has taken it upon himself to advocate for legislation against the public circulation of pornographic material following the recent release of videos and images involving minors and adults. Founder of Dominicans for Justice, Mr. Dane Smalling, says although there are laws to protect children against pornography, there are none for adults, leaving them vulnerable.
We started a Facebook page also. It's not about porn alone. It's not about that because that's not the only issue affecting young people. The name of the Facebook page is Dominicans for Justice. So you can like that Facebook page because it's about positiveness and it's about addressing most of the issues that are affecting young youths right here in Dominica. So that's just something that I intend to do and something I'm working on. I'm always doing something like that. Just for instance, my last show that I did with Ja Vinci, and we went into the school with Ja Vinci. That's a similar project. It's just a continuation, so it's not a just no thing. Since we have this issue danger, and just decide, just get up and just say, okay, go into this, go into that, because it's an ongoing thing. I've been doing it in the school from ever since. So it's an ongoing thing that we're going to make sure that we cut it before the tree grow, because it's a big issue, and especially when it hits close to home, then I realize the impact that it have on other persons. Then you realize that, okay, I don't want the next friend of mine, or I don't want to associate, I don't want anybody I know to go through that same kind of trauma and that public kind of humiliation that was going on.
None of these videos were made for public display. However, they were leaked by mischievous persons, causing public embarrassment of those involved, he explained. Mr. Smalling noted he is currently waiting on advice from lawyers as to his next move. as it relates to legislation to protect adults who fall victim to pornographic videos being released into the public domain.
We're very active so far. As I said, the Facebook page is created. We're also planning to do a march around Roseau during the independence season, and we'll be at a couple events, daytime events, maybe like Creole in the Park. We will look into have a booth and things like that, and then out papers and let persons know that okay, we're there for them. Because I mean, when person get hurt by that, then they don't even want to face society again. So if we could even get a few of them to rally with us, then it would be something great, something better. So let them know that hey, we don't discard it, not because I came out and you might feel humiliated or embarrassed to face the public again.
A number of letters have already been written to the Prime Minister, the President, and the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force. According to Mr. Smalling, when it comes to such matters, the police are laid back as they do not regard the circulation of pornographic videos to the public as a crime.
But what we want is to make sure that whenever this happens again, then we know there's a strict law governing that specific case, so therefore we can take a step in getting the person prosecuted. If we find out the culprit, then we can actually get the person prosecuted for that. Because if we find the person now, we know that did that the other day, then there's nothing that we can do within the law basically, because there's no law protecting adults, and most of that the other day was adults, so there's no law protecting adults. So even if we catch a person now, there's nothing we can really do. So we just need to know that okay, if it happens again, then we have law protecting persons, know that okay, well, the person can be prosecuted, and that's what we need.
Dominicans for Justice will also address a number of issues, including police brutality and unemployment. In more news, 2 men are being questioned by police following 2 separate robberies in the village of Calibishi over the weekend. Police Public Relations Officer Inspector John Carbon has the details.
John Peters, Village Council Chairman of Calibishi, and Augustine Lawrence, a contractor of a road project at Calibishi, were robbed at gunpoint at John's house at Calibishi about 11:45 a.m. on September 20, 2013. It was reported that 2 masked men entered John's house armed with a gun and a cutlass and demanded all the money which John and Augustine were packaging to pay workers on a Calibishi road project. $7,000 was stolen, as well as each of their cell phones. While the culprits were making their escape, they met Anita Joseph on the public road, held her at gunpoint, and robbed her of her cell phone, and they made their escape.
Anyone with information about this crime or any other incident is asked to call the police hotline at 1-800-4468 or Crime Stoppers on 1-800-8477. Marvin Messiah Gervais has recently launched another video entitled They Be Looking At Him. The video comprises of the people within the village who Messiah socializes with, as well as the individuals he works with in the music industry. He said most people usually ask him questions about his music, therefore he decided to answer their questions through a music video.
The name of the song is They Be Looking At Him. The video is basically about, police trying to find out who is 365, what are my affiliations with them, what are our motives, what are our goals. So yeah, that's basically the video. You just have to go on YouTube. You can type in They Be Looking At Him, like me, and then it will come up, and yeah, the video speaks for itself. So as long as you see the video, you understand the whole chemistry behind the track.
Alder Messiah, who is part of 365 MMP, released a solo track and video. He said he represented members of the group shown in the video.
So in my video, you will see Anderson, which is another member of Team 365. You will see Remy, another member. You will see Elena, Lyric. You will see Krista. All the members were not there. KO was supposed to be in it, but KO was back in the States during the time. But it's mainly just What 365 trying to do now, they're trying to get all their artists to at least put out a solo track, but still represent for the team. So I'm not the only person that's going to have a solo. Pretty soon, Anderson, KO, Remy, all the other members are going to be doing the same thing. So I wouldn't say solo as in just by myself. I would more say solo representing the group.
Messiah, along with 365 MMP, is expected to perform at the World Creole Music Festival and Creole in the Park. Their goal, however, is to take their music to the international level.
So what we're looking to do right now, we are local, we're trying to get our fan base. I mean, you cannot approach any labels and the place that you're from, people don't know you. So as long as we have a proper fan base from our country, Dominica, a country that can represent and say, yeah, we know these guys, we can actually start moving to, like, I want to get my video on Tempo, so at least I can get myself regional, and then from regional is further international. So we're thinking big. We have a lot of plans in place. The Cypher is coming out soon. We have like 9-10 artists dropping verses. So yeah, that's basically our plans for now.
The local artist believes that the general public, particularly his generation, is responding a lot better to his music.
Because a lot of us grew up watching BET. That's not my grandmother, that was just about Sukus and Booyah. Right now it's different. So as far as building a fan base, we're just trying to bring something new to our country. It's not trying to be like nobody else. I mean, you have a bunch of other rappers from different islands doing the same thing. Barbados is a Caribbean island, and they have people like Rihanna is Bayesian, and see where she is now. So why can't we do the same for our country? At the end of the day, what we will end up doing is paving the way. 10 down years the line, I make it, some other artists on the same trend, they have a way, they can say, oh, Messiah did this, I can do it too. We have record labels, we can pave the way for young people such as ourselves.
Although rap and hip-hop is the group's main genre, if the opportunity arises to be featured on a different genre of music, they will grab it, according to the rapper. We now go to They Be Looking At Them, Messiah's most recent music video. The song can be found on YouTube by typing Messiah, They Be Looking At Them.
Make your purchase. I got this. Yeah. They be looking at him. They be looking at him. They be looking at him. I want him up the body or the phantom, and it really doesn't matter if I got him. But now I'm gone. Yeah. They be looking at him. They be looking at him. They be looking at him. I want him up the body or the phantom, and it really doesn't matter if I got him. Now I'm gone. Yeah.
We now go to Shana with court news.
In court matters, Geoffrey Leta, the lawyer for murder-accused Asha James, did not submit an application for bail when his client appeared at the Roseau Magistrate Court on Monday, September 23rd. 19-year-old James of Wharton Waven has been charged with the murder of 21-year-old Kenny George, who also resides at Wharton Waven. He was not allowed to plea as his charge is an indictable offense and was remanded at the Dominica State Prison. The matter was adjourned until November 7, 2013.
This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.